Hi everybody, my name is Lauren Christensen. I'm the athletic director here at Pewamo Westphalia Middle High School. I want to welcome you to our 2020-21 Meet the Team, Meet the Coaches via video. Traditionally, we would meet face-to-face at the beginning of each season, so our coaches and our parents can meet and go over expectations and what can be expected during the season. But obviously the times have changed, and so this year we'll be doing our Meet the Team, Meet the Coaches via video. So I have two goals for today. I'd like to talk a little bit about what we have been doing here this summer and what athletics are looking like right now and what they could look like here in the near future. And I'd also like to go over, briefly the agenda I would normally go over if we were face to face. So to get started here, I'd like to thank our coaches first for everything that they've done for our kids over the summer. I know it hasn't been easy, and they have had to do a few more things in order to keep our kids safe. And so I just want to thank them because it doesn't happen without those individuals. Things that we have been doing. So we've been together since June 8th. Going over workouts outdoors. Even our volleyball program has been playing outdoors this summer. And so we've been doing pre-screening checks, hygiene practices, and disinfection protocols in order to keep our kids safe. Those will continue now that fall practice has begun. And so with that, football began yesterday. Volleyball and cross country, they will begin tomorrow. And so just, in all honesty and transparency, we don't know what next week might look like. We're living day by day here, and that's okay. We're hopeful that we will have a fall season, but we also want to be very realistic that we may not. And so the MHSAA has come out with August 20th as a date as far as when competition will begin. And there really is no drop dead date for whether or not, we're going to play. But that's kind of a date that they've given, to us to determine if competition can begin traditionally as it would have on the 21st. So we just want to make sure that everybody is aware of that. A couple of other changes that we have this fall. We don't know when our indoor facilities are going to open. And so volleyball, like I stated earlier, they've got 2 courts painted outside here in the front lawns, and they'll be starting there tomorrow. We're hopeful that our facilities will open, but we just don't know when that's going to happen. Another change also is the absence of spectators. Right now, we don't know if we're going to have spectators or if they will be limited in some capacity, but we have made arrangements with our Pirate Productions to live stream all of our home events, and I know Coach Werner in our cross-country program, they are working on ways to stream their races as well. And so we're hoping that we can solution that problem in some way. It's not perfect, and I know it's a disappointment, but we're certainly doing the best we can. All right, as we move into our agenda, I want to start here with our communication process. We ask that athletes advocate for themselves first and approach their coach if they have a question or a concern. And then, of course, if that doesn't solve the issue, we invite parents to get involved in that conversation with the coach and the athlete. And if that still doesn't solve the concern, then of course I would get involved in that conversation. We ask that our parents give our coaches 24 hours before they approach them, email, etc. Their questions or concerns, and that allows both parties to reflect and to remove themselves, from that competitive atmosphere. So we ask that you give 24 hours before you approach a coach about a concern. Sportsmanship. Sportsmanship starts at home, so we encourage our parents, to really advocate, for good sportsmanship, both at home and here at school, and then of course on the road. We hope that our parents and our coaches and our kids will treat other coaches, officials, and other players with respect and really represent PW in the way that we know you can. Academic eligibility checks. They're completed every Friday, starting the 3rd Friday of each season. A student must be passing 6 out of 7 classes on that Friday in order to remain eligible. And so in a case of a student who becomes ineligible, that's a conversation that the student and I have, and we work together to help them become eligible and to stay eligible. We're student athletes here, student first, and so academics certainly become our main focus, and athletics are kind of a nice to have. So we want to make sure that our kids are doing everything that they can academically in order to remain eligible. Next up, we have our athletic and extracurricular attendance policy. So this includes, our band students, our drama kids, robotics, Quiz Bowl, art club, not just athletics. And so students must be in attendance all 7 hours of the day in order to practice or play. And we certainly make exceptions for, doctor's appointments or faith and family matters. All we ask is that, we're given a little bit of a heads up so we can communicate that to our coaches. Our concussion and athletic code of conduct policies are found in our handbook, which is online. Parents agree to both of those when they sign their students' handbook page at the beginning of the year. So we encourage you to take a look at that so you know what it is that you're signing. Parents are strongly encouraged to be an advocate for their student athlete when they are injured. And so one quote we like is, we need to be concerned about long-term effects rather than the short-term results. And so, we know that an injury is certainly devastating, especially one that may end a season. But we want to make sure that our kids' long-term health is more important than necessarily participating in, that next game or that next contest. Transportation for this season is going to look a little bit different. Unless other arrangements have been made and communicated by the coach, transportation will not be provided. Athletes must ride to and from the contest with an adult, not necessarily their parent, but it needs to be another adult. So they cannot transport themselves. A sibling cannot take them, but it needs to be an adult. FERPA is a law that does not allow coaches to talk about another student athlete. And so they're more than welcome to talk about your child and your student, but please do not ask about others because our coaches are unable to talk about them. In our winter and spring, and sometimes fall, as in last year, we do experience cancellations and rescheduled events. Those decisions will be made by 1 p.m. And communicated out via social media. Every attempt is made to reschedule an event, but there are circumstances sometimes that don't allow that to happen. Social media, student athlete mental and emotional health. We want to make sure that our kids are representing themselves, their families, and our schools in a positive way. And so we encourage our parents to talk to their students about how they're using social media and just representing who they are in a positive light. We value process over results, behavior over the scoreboard. We're really about character first. Athletics are a prime opportunity for life lessons, and that's one thing that we encourage our coaches to do with our kids is to teach them about life, not just about the game. And we're really hoping that our kids leave here better men and better women, and really are more focused on their character than they are on winning. All right, so if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out. My email and phone number are right here at the bottom of this agenda. Feel free to reach out to your coaches as well. They should be meeting with their teams individually as well to kind of go over some of the smaller details and things that are more specific to their programs. But I just want to thank everybody for the time that you spent here listening. And again, we look forward to what this fall may bring. Thank you.